Hello and welcome, all my beautiful, vibrant hearts and ephemeral souls who are Cancer suns, have big Cancer placements, or are cross watchers for Cancer. Welcome to your month ahead messages, looking at the month of May 2025. I'm excited to get into everything today. I have an exercise ball instead of a desk chair because I'm a D. So if you can hear the squeaking, that's what it is. I'm not like casually just tooting my ass off over here. At least not right now. Okay, I'm fine. We're gonna be fine here. But yes, so we're gonna be looking at your major overarching themes for the month ahead. I will use oracle cards to get the big themes, and then I will use the tarot to clarify, get further details, messages. Who is it? I don't know if you guys are just gonna be having a really goofy month, but I'm being really goofy for you guys. So there's that. Lots of good stuff. My bones are cracking really hard, so let's get into it. Let's see what your month ahead holds. I hope you guys had a good April. I don't know why I'm getting this feeling of like some of you had a really rough April. If that's the case, I'm sorry. There may have just been like one thing after another. I'm getting like a shitstorm energy. Some of you guys, like, nothing major happened. There's like a lot of emotional purging that may have taken place for you. To be fair, we do have Jupiter preparing to move into Cancer. I can't remember the exact date. I will double check on that. But you might find that there's kind of this like preemptive purging, right? Because Jupiter is an expansive planet. It's a benefic planet, brings us lots of blessings and new opportunities. So you might find that there's almost a preemptive release in preparation for this expansion. Obviously, look at where Cancer falls in your chart, as well as if you have, what placements you do have there. But yeah, I want to look at this card, but not take it. Soul time. Some of you are 40. Some of you are in your 40s. For some of you, your life path 4. But this card says the frequency of soul time, if I could hold it right, asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body, I love the word corporeal, while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is limitless, timeless, and infinite. I want you to know that the 3 words at the end were in a different order, but I accidentally put them in the order I put them in. So I feel like, again, there's something where maybe you guys made some type of perceived mistake and you feel like you did something out of order. Some of you, you're having this giving like midlife crisis energy. It doesn't have to be the case, but it's like you feel like you should be at a different place in your life by now. It's like, damn it, I did things in the wrong order, or like I'm experiencing this now and I feel like I should have had that before, or it's too early in my life to be going through this. There's something weird and out of place there. So this might be kind of, again, at the core of whatever comes up, is that it feels like you're getting in touch with yourself at the soul and really kind of connecting, right? The number 4 is all about stability. Connecting with what you need to be stable, right? Not what anybody else wants for you, not what your younger self wanted for you, not what your family wants for you, or what you think you should have had by this point, but what you truly need. And I actually feel like when you guys do that, you're going to find that you're in a much better place than you thought you were. Like, I'm getting this energy of all things considered. All things considered, you're going to be a lot more pleased with your progress than you may have thought. Some of you, this is very random, some of you want to relocate big time. Some of you have wanted to relocate like to another country for a very, very long time. And it's like, I thought I would have been there by now. Or you're getting ready, like now is the time. Some of you want to travel and you're like, no, I'm too old to do that. I should have had my traveling days a long time ago, or I should have gone to this place I always wanted to go to a long time ago. There is always time. As long as you are breathing, there's time to make some iteration of your dreams happen. Dynamic. You know what it is? I like that this is number 23 and that reduces to a 5. So where 4s are about stability, bordering on stagnancy, 5s are all about changes. There's always time to change the dynamic, but I also feel like this is this energy that your path is unique to you, right? You might be a very dynamic individual. You might have life path 5 or destiny number 5. Some of you have soul number of 5. Excuse my burp. I'm sorry. It's just I'm not gonna cut this out. This is too funny to me. It's just it's a slight accidental groan. Okay, I'm fine. I know it's bad form to like laugh at yourself all the time or laugh at your own jokes, but I do both of those things because life is just too precious. It's too funny to me. My whole entire point is that a lot of you are going to be kind of coming out the other side of this, realizing, hey, this is my path, for better or for worse. This is my order of doing things. This is my rhythm. And you might just have different timing than other people, different needs than other people, and that's okay. So I feel like you're in this place. Again, some of you, you're wrapping this up this month. Some of you have kind of already started to wrap this up going into the month, and that's what's making way for something new. Yeah, it feels like face your fear. I feel like you guys have been in this energy. We have the Corvid here, so very, magician, Mercury energy, especially for those of you who have a lot of other Mercury energy or placements in your chart, which would be Gemini and Virgo. This is like facing some type of mental blockage. It's giving Eight of Swords vibes. Facing some type of mental blockage, facing your fears that live in your mind, right? They're very real when we're in them, but they are, toothless paper tigers. They're breathless nightmares in the wind when we kind of take a second look. So it feels like you guys have been doing that tough work. So let's find out what May holds as a result. I love it. Crown chakra. I want to say Capricorn got this as well. Don't hold me to that. I was going to be like, just hold me. You guys, I'm having a goofy day. I don't know if you guys are just having like a silly month. I don't know if you guys need to lighten up a little bit. I don't know if you guys like are just usually really serious, or like if you're usually a little more fun loving and you're struggling right now, or this is just going to be a really fun month, but I'm just being super goofy for you guys. I don't know what it is. So the number 7 is here, but says the frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. That is what you have accomplished and achieved, and this is carrying over through the month of May. You have made some kind of energetic space. A lot of you guys have cleared out your crown. You've been going through a long-standing, I was going to say process of like ascension, but I almost said like the power of transmutation. So they can be one and the same, but there's been a lot of like blockage clearing, being a year and a half. So this could be over the last year and a half, especially the last since last July could have been significant, the last 7 months even. But this feels like this is where you've made some room. You've cleared out some area of the crown. This is where in the last year and a half, you could find that you were having big epiphanies left and right. You could find that your spiritual gifts were opening up. You were reconnecting to your spirituality. I'm getting this like very big emotional moment that happened for you in the last year and a half, where you reconnected back to some sense of belief, some sense of faith. You may have kind of revisited something that caused you to lose your faith. Some of you, it's like there was maybe like the loss of a loved one, and that's where it like was a crisis of faith. That's the phrase I'm looking for, a crisis of faith for you guys. But it feels, hang on, my eyeball's really itchy. I think we got it. Look, did I get it? Tell me. Just kidding. I'll promise never to look at you guys like that again, unless you want me to. I don't know what you're into. But this is what you've been doing. And it feels like you're making space now, right? The crown is now open. It's a lot more healed, a lot more expanded for new ideas to come in, for new understanding. The crown is also, I love the crown because it's like, it's that spiritual energy. It's that sense of feeling connected, not only to spirit and source, but through that connection to spirit and source, connected to everybody else, and connected, like it's this beautiful sense of feeling connected to everyone else and all parts of your life, past, present, future, seeing how it all kind of comes together in a very like personal way, right? For your life personally, as well as like, again, feeling very close with other people, right? There is a oneness that comes from the beauty and the, non-denominational sanctity of our human experience. And that's really, to me, what the crown is all about, is we're connecting to that everything all at once, everything everywhere all at once kind of energy, but in a very personalized way, as opposed to like the 8th and 9th chakras, which are, understanding things at an even greater, more complex level, but there's a slightly less personal touch. So it feels like you guys are connecting back this month. Oh, it's victory. And look, it's card 40. It's card 40. Some of you guys, if you're past the age of 40, you've been going through this since you were 40. Some of you guys have just turned 40 or are about to turn 40. And so this is like a big milestone birthday where you're like, I'm gonna my pants. It's okay. It happens to all of us. um, I also feel like too, I'm really drawn to the binoculars. Some of you guys, it's like you're not spending your precious time, energy, and well-being anymore on the lookout. It's like almost, I mean, this energy of like looking so far down the road, or like constantly scanning the horizon for like criticism or what other people are doing, right? There's a sense of like, am I on the right path? Did I take the right, did I make the right choice? Is this the right strategy? It feels very much like it's about other people's expectations, or like your previous expectations for yourself. But there's something here that's, I feel like you've done a lot of work recently, and it's all culminated, right? It's probably been a journey you've been on for quite some time, but the last like year and a half, 7 months to a year and a half, has really been like a very significant period of enlightenment and growth, and really like cleaning out the clutter here, spiritually speaking. So this is going to be a month where you're feeling, I feel like, at peace. It's taking it like, because I'm noticing even in your reading as opposed to the other groups, this is the longest it's taken me so far to get to the tarot portion, but we're just talking. We're just enjoying the energy. You're not on anybody else's timetable anymore. And I feel like you're taking your time to really enjoy the moments, right? There might be a newfound appreciation for your experience. There's a feeling of victory here. And I feel like it's just kind of like you surveying your past, how it got you to where you are and where you want to go, and feeling a lot more empowered about the journey to get there. So let's get some more details, lest this reading be 1,000 years long. But this is really beautiful. I feel like this confidence, this very easy, quiet confidence, like, hey, it's happening when it's going to happen. I am who I am. I'm going to take the path that's right for me, like, this is the right path for me. There's something where you're not, because I felt like there's a lot of anxiety before. I don't think that you guys are in that energy. It doesn't mean you won't have difficult moments or difficult days, but like I feel like you guys are coming into this energy where you're at peace. You can finally breathe. Yeah, like you can finally breathe about the path that you're on. Some of you, it's like you're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth about, it feels like a life path, like a really big question, a really big, like some of you are wondering, do I have kids or not, right? Some of you are wondering, do I take this career path or this career path? Some of you are wondering, like, do I ever get married, or should I, like, again, relocate to another country? Big, big, big questions. And it feels like whatever it is that you guys are leaning toward, you have clarity and peace that you've been working on getting closer to, or at the very, very least, you are at peace with your journey. So you're like, you know what? I don't know if I want to relocate to another country, but I know that if it's going to happen, it'll happen in its own time. There's just this like peaceful surrender energy. I love it. The Hierophant. Again, peace. The King of Pentacles. Shut up. Shut your cute little mouths. Taurus energy here. We love it. ×2, by the way. Very strong Taurus. So those of you who have Taurus placements, I see you. Those of you dealing with a Taurus, they see you. And the Page of Cups. Pisces energy. Some of you have a very successful father with the King of Pentacles here. Excuse me. And there's a sense of like needing to live up. This could be a father who owns their own business. They're very entrepreneurial. They're very wealthy. Again, they're very successful. And then we have this cute little Page of Cups who's an artist. You may have always felt like you're in their shadow. You might be very artistically inclined. Some of you have an orange-white cat that you just love. You had one as a kid because you were very close to. But there's a sense here where, I feel like if that's the case, there's a sense here of coming to peace with your own traditions with the Hierophant here. Some of you, it's like you were, felt like you always had to be in this person's shadow. You always had to succeed in the way they wanted you to, or the only type of success was the type that they had, right? So if you weren't doing that, it wasn't good enough. And I feel like this is where you're reconnecting to your inner vision and you're comfortable with that. For others, I feel like there is this desire to be emotionally connected to the life that you're living. And I'm getting like a little choked up, but like, this desire to be emotionally connected to the life that you were living. And some part of you was suppressing that, right? And we have like the cake here and the wine. And so Taurus energy, when it's in its shadow, is very hedonistic. very hedonistic. Some of you may have had an undefined sacral chakra. But there's a sense here of overindulging, right? And so some of you, it's like, because you couldn't really truly meet your emotional needs, you couldn't like, meet that part of you that wanted something different, or that wanted to explore, to create, to be lighthearted, right? To follow your vision or your timing. You may have self-soothed in unhealthy ways, and there's like a sense of coming into balance finally by acknowledging this part of you, and like letting it flow, letting it grow in its own time. Some of you guys have come into a place of a lot more stability within yourself, right? I feel like overall the energy here that you're coming into this month is where you're finding a really good balance with being lighthearted, but also being stable. Some of you guys, you're finally taking some type of new step toward a vision, a goal, a creative project that you've been wanting to embark on for a really long time. I see a commitment to yourself with the Hierophant. Now, some of you, if you've been contemplating something like marriage, it does feel like maybe you take the first steps, or somebody takes the first steps toward you. There's an offer that comes in with the Page of Cups. There is an energy here that potentially of marriage and family, just because the pages are children, but especially strong commitment for those of you who are looking for that. Somebody who has similar values to you, who's on a similar path to you, who is a spiritual student in the same way you are. Some of you guys, it's like this understanding of feeling like, again, this energy of I'm too old to do X, Y, Z. And there's kind of like, you come to peace with the fact that like, yeah, you know what? So I'm going to get there, right? Some of you want to start a business, and it's like, I feel like a kid just like playing around. Like, what am I doing here? I shouldn't be doing this. And there's this like kind of surrender that comes with your own timing, right? And saying, I'll get there, victory, the binoculars. I have a vision. I have a plan. I'm going to get there. It's fine. It takes as long as it takes, right? Good things take time. And this is a good thing. And so what I really see for most of you, again, is peace. Peace with your journey, peace with your process. And there is change, but it's very stable change. It is growth-oriented change with the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. And it's something that is aligned with you, spiritually speaking. I really want to clarify the Hierophant really quick. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, if this is you involved like with somebody else, I feel like you guys are on good terms. You and somebody else might come to peace about something. You might be in a position to help somebody the way that you wish you needed help, and that's very healing for you. Some of you, it's like you're in a position to do something different, possibly even for your child or for a younger person in your life that you didn't get when you were younger, and that's very healing for you. But there's a sense of equal give and take where you're feeling this is like a good input-output, right? Where you're feeling like the universe is supporting you. If you've received a lot, you feel like you're in a place where you're stable enough to be able to give, and it's very heartwarming for you. It's very innocent, very sweet with the Page of Cups. If you have given a lot, you are in a place to fruitfully receive, and it doesn't diminish your power or your standing, right? It's just a new cycle and a new opportunity, and it's okay to be a student as well as a master. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, these clarifying the Hierophant. I feel like you guys there's a sense here of when to hold tight to something and when to have, again, energy exchange flow. When to kind of keep to yourself, when to, you may have had a problem with either, again, like there's like a block with giving and receiving. So some of you have Chiron and Taurus, or Chiron in the second house. Some of you, it's like you may have had a tendency to overgive and then pendulally, just overcorrected the other way. And then we're never giving, we're never opening up, like never move past a certain point. Some of you, this is just about where you were in your life. It's like, no, I was all over the place when I was younger. I could never nail anything down. I was never consistent. I found something that works for me, and I'm going to stick with that to the grave. And you're learning there's got to be this ebb and flow, this give and take with the universe. There's got to be a process, right? And as long as there is commitment to what is important to you, even if the way that looks or the way you express it, the way you pursue it changes, you're gonna be fine, right? So what's really happening for you this month is it feels like this is more of an internal process, but you're feeling like you have this beautiful balance, right, of kind of that student and the master, right, the inner child and some type of outer stability where you can be in this great space of give and take with other people as well as with the universe. You feel like the universe is supporting you and you're doing something with that support that is of value to yourself and others. And for those of you where just because we have the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles, this is a relationship, you could have been dealing with somebody where either you did not want to give a lot, you didn't want to open up, you didn't want to welcome this person into your life, or they did not want to do that with you. What's missing here is the Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. And that may have been something that either stopped you from pursuing this, stopped them from pursuing this, or it happened and you guys have been kind of like, because again, these clarify the five, that you guys have been kind of you went to your separate corners. Go think about what you've done. And this is a time where you guys are able to reconcile and come back into this place. You've both been on a journey to learn your own lessons, and it feels like that journey and that path brought you back together. And there's this beautiful feeling of everything has a reason and a season. Everything has a timing. There may not always be, things might not always make sense, but there is divine order. And so it feels like this is a very holistically beautiful and blessed month ahead, where you're able to kind of see how all the pieces fit together. It's a very harmonious energy. So I really, really like this for you. That's what I'm seeing for you. I hope this was helpful. I'm wishing you a safe, happy, healthy month ahead, my friends. And I will see you soon. Take care.